Log Horizon, Volume 1, Chapter 4, Part 3. Akatsuki was giving them the cold shoulder after that conversation. She was stopped by Shiroe when she was about to summon her horse after lunch. She became puzzled as Shiroe took out a bamboo flute with elegant carvings. It looked like a piece of art, even though it was just a horse-summon flute. Naotsugu had the same flute in his hand.
What is that, my lord?
Shiroe smiled at Akatsuki's question and blew the flute while facing the sky. The sound harmonized with Naotsugu's flute and was carried across the plains by the wind.
Could this be...
A high-pitched cry interrupted Akatsuki. Two huge shadows drew near with the deep sounds of flapping wings. The creatures as big as a carriage circled twice above Shiroe's party before landing strongly, bowing their heads at Shiroe's and Naotsugu's feet.
Those are griffins!
The mythical beasts standing before them were griffins. A griffin had the head, forelegs, and wings of an eagle, along with the body of a lion. Its battle prowess differed by variety and age, but was mostly on par with chimeras. Well, yeah. Shiroe rubbed the neck of the griffin a couple of times and took some raw meat from his bag. He bought these from the market at a cheap price, since they were ingredients that could be easily hunted in the wild.
You really didn't think that we were going by horse to the far north, did you? We would get old by the time we arrive.
Naotsugu teased Akatsuki.
Why did you summon these monsters? We're riding them?
Yes, we are riding them. What is it, Akatsuki-san?
It's Akatsuki.
Akatsuki made a strong request when she heard Shiroe. Even though he had been addressing Akatsuki this way all the time, she still wanted Shiroe to call her by name. Akatsuki, you'll ride behind me, okay?
That's fine. However...
Akatsuki watched the griffin fearfully from afar. Naotsugu expertly prepared the saddle on his griffin, as Shiroe fed his griffin while scratching its ears.
I've heard of summon flutes like those, that they're only given to players who've beaten the Hades breath rate on the fields of death.
Yeah, a long time ago. Shiroe answered Akatsuki. This was one of the legacies of the debauchery tea party that was gradually forgotten by the masses. Shiroe and Naotsugu obtained these flutes from the deepest part of the Spirit King's grave. They fought a fierce battle with the 4 horsemen of the king in front of the magic altar that desecrated the secrets of life. The Spirit King attempted to steal the underground energy of the Elf Mountain to gain eternal life. The King of Winged Beasts, who fought alongside them to stop the Spirit King's plan, presented these flutes as a symbol of their friendship.
Why do you have these flutes?
It's a great party trick to surprise people with, right?
Naotsugu answered Akatsuki's question this time. This is sort of embarrassing. They didn't mean to hide it, but taking these flutes out was still kind of awkward for Shiroe and Naotsugu. Griffin flute was a rare item that made others envious. No matter how precious it was, it served mainly as a memento. Bind the sheath of your sword tighter. Same with your bag. Keep everything that might be blown off by the wind. Shiroe extended his hand out to the hesitant Akatsuki. After hesitating a while, Akatsuki reached for Shiroe's hand, but she noticed something and started to blush. As Shiroe was starting to feel awkward, Akatsuki mustered up her courage and grabbed his hand. Shiroe pulled up Akatsuki with just the strength in his arm. He was not sure if she jumped or her weight was light, but the feather-light feeling surprised him. All set?
Yes, my lord. No problem.
Akatsuki's fidgeting figure behind him made Shiroe look back uneasily. Sit tight and hold on firmly. Hold strongly if you're afraid.
Oh, wait, don't grab my stomach!
Naotsugu, who had been holding back, burst out in laughter at looking at Shiroe and Akatsuki's interactions. Ignoring their accusatory eyes, he patted his griffin's neck.
I'll go first!
Naotsugu's sentence was followed by a gust of wind, and Naotsugu and his griffin became a shadow in the sky. Really? You ready, Akatsuki? Let's go. It felt like they were being thrown into the sky or falling headfirst into the ground far below. Akatsuki endured this feeling as she held onto Shiroe's slender back. Shiroe's back was lean like that of an old scholar. Akatsuki buried her face in it, hiding her eyes from the surrounding view, but she regained her composure to look around after a moment. It's a great view. Shiroe was deeply concerned about Akatsuki, who was grabbing his back tightly and told her softly. Akatsuki was too small in stature after all. The young girl who was only about Shiroe's shoulder or even chest height might fly off with the wind, which worried Shiroe. Instead of sitting behind, she would be more stable in the front, but doing it this way might scare off Akatsuki in another way. Another problem will be where I can hold on to Akatsuki. After analyzing in his head, the answer would be to grab the reins with his right hand and hold Akatsuki by the belly or chest with his left hand. but he would risk touching the sensitive parts of her body, which made him bleed cold sweat. It would be fine if Naotsugu laughed at him, but being pushed off the griffin in mid-flight would be bad. You doing okay?
Yeah, this is amazing. It's like we're floating in the sky, my lord.
The griffin tore through the air. It was not flapping its wings, simply gliding steadily in the wind. The air current was split to either side like the flow of a river, alternating between rising and falling. The griffin might have the instincts of birds, choosing the suitable currents and climbing up the stairs in the sky. Naotsugu's griffin was flying beside them like a sapphire in the sky, shimmering in the sun.
Isn't this great?
Instead of bragging, his words felt more like the pure joy of flying. Akatsuki, who usually treated him like a childish companion, couldn't help but smile when she saw his grin. It was a rare smile, just like a blossoming flower.
It's amazing. This is amazing. The sky is so blue and clear.
Shiroe, with his eyes in front, smiled warmly. It was true. Flying through the sky had a unique sense of happiness.
To read along with Log Horizon, or to read any other fine light novels, go to Baka-Tsuki.org. Baka-Tsuki.org. If you want to voice a character for audio light novel Log Horizon, contact me at youtubecontact22@yahoo.com. If you want to pay for your services, I can pay some money, just not a lot, and I am willing to negotiate a price. You can also volunteer if you wish. Again, just contact me at the specified email address. I'm also willing to reply to any constructive criticism, so if you have any ideas for audio light novel Log Horizon, please leave them in the comments. If you like audio light novel Log Horizon, please leave a like or a comment, as it really does motivate me to do these.